Well, I wanted to post a video about something that really gets talked about in Tai Chi and Kung Fu as well, which is the hook. So a lot of Sifus, you'll see different variations of it. And interestingly, Gan Ying used to always correct his Tai Chi students, and he would even slap their hands because he just wanted the wrist bent and the hands hanging over, not to touch the fingers at all, just hang it loosely. So that was just his personal take on it. And clearly there is no one way or right way. When I learned praying mantis, it was called a dill. At least that's how Brendan Lai pronounced it. Sound like a dill pickle. And it was a different shape, but the same function. It was, fast and jerky, kind of the exact opposite of Tai Chi. And you're hitting it with the back of your wrist, but that is one of the applications. So over the years, I've developed what I feel, the way I like the hooks to all go. So I'm going to show that. I like to touch the nail beds to each other, touch the thumb pad to the finger pad, and break at the wrist, and then the elbow is under. So if you're describing single whip, the wrist would be the same height, and the elbows, so the shape of the arms are different. But if you have a push on one side and a hook on the, I'm hooking my glasses right now, a hook on the other, then the elbows are the same height. The arms basically look the same, only the push hand, you could consider that the yang hand, and then is the fingertips face heaven, the yin hand, the fingertips face earth, which is a very balanced, and it looks like a scale, too. It looks like a scale. So I'm sorry, one side's a push, one side's a hook. So the hands, the wrists are the same height. The elbows are both pointing down. So you have to kind of, there's a wrapping around feeling with the arms. Because you're seeking to uproot in the push. This doesn't uproot when your elbow's up and you push. You're basically, when you push like this, you're pushing somebody into their back leg, into their root. And even a palm strike, you want the push out this bone. So the Shaolin palm strike is a different feeling than the Tai Chi push, obviously. Also in the Tai Chi push, sometimes you'll see leading with the fingertips, which is a lot more nefarious than it appears to be. It appears to be very soft, but what you're doing is lifting the body of the muscle, so it could be a woman's breast or a male, the pectoral muscle, and going under it and then striking quickly with Bajing, with the hard edge of the palm to hit the point. So you're lifting the muscle up that can protect. And in fact, that's what you're aiming for often are those vulnerable points, like the heart point here under this pectoral muscle. That's the more nefarious application of when you use Bajing and you're using it as a strike, which is far from peaceful. But we do it in a very peaceful, calm, relaxed way. What else to tell you about the hook? Oh, so touching the nail beds to each other makes the fingers all the same length. Plus, you're activating there's a lot of nerve endings in the fingertips. And also, there's a lot of meridians that pass through the sides of the nails. So they're all touching each other, and then the fingertips are getting activated. So you're stimulating chi to flow to the extremities that way by doing the hook that way. So I have a lot of reasons for encouraging my students to do the hook that way. You'll see that the hook will be what looks like upside down, and it's that way in Shaolin. It's upside down. And then in Tai Chi, it's this way. So that's odd. How can one face this way and one face this way? Well, I understand that part. One, the hooks are upside down in Shaolin. I don't know, maybe it's just a tendon stretch. I don't quite get that. So, we extend, there's another thing is that the form is not literal to how you use it in fighting because the form is stretching tendons and it is for exercise and also there's an aesthetic component of the shape of the form. So when you just use it, you might just be hooking something out of the way and striking the heart, and it's a very small movement, and the frame is much smaller. But for the exercise, for the poetry of the movement, the frame in our style is large frame. But you really don't want to overextend. You really want to step into the opponent's frame to deliver these things for maximum force or maximum uproot, because your center of mass will be closer to their center of mass. So, okay, that's my contribution today. I haven't posted on YouTube for a while, so there you go. Over and out.